Hey guys, I'm back with a new video again, and tonight, yes, tonight I'm actually filming at nighttime. I know, weird, huh? It's actually around 3 in the morning right now, and I decided to film a video for you guys. And I'm wearing these headphones with the microphone so that I can record and not have to speak too loud. And I can just speak into here so that way I don't wake up my neighbors, because that would not be good. I'm surrounded by neighbors. So, yeah. So, as you can see, it's not my usual filming location. I'm actually filming outside in my turtle's pond. And, we can't really see it right now because, well, it's nighttime. But it's just like a above ground pond. It's not even like permanent. It's just like, here, let me show you. I'm sitting on it right now, but it's like a temporary setup. Like, it's not even properly done. But it's just cinder blocks, and then this isn't even like pond liner. This is like, what is it called? I don't know what it's called, but it's basically like billboard, like this stuff they make billboards out of, and it's really, really thick. And I actually just, like, if you look under it, there's like, well, you can't see it here, but this is actually, well, it used to be a billboard, not a billboard, what is that called? Well, those signs. Well, anyways, it's not pond liner, it's like another material, but it's really, really thick and 100% waterproof. As you can see, it's holding all my, what is this hold? This holds like 1,000 gallons of water. It's holding 1,000 gallons of water in no problem. And it's super thick, and I actually have it layered. There's about 3 layers of this stuff inside, just in case my turtles do poke a hole in it, and they probably will eventually. Because if you own turtles, you know they have the sharp claws. And yeah, it's just a temporary above ground pond. Maybe in the future I'll build a in-ground pond, or maybe even a nicer looking above ground pond, but this is just something I put together really quick for the summer, because my turtles have been indoor turtles since I got them, pretty much. And I really wanted them to take advantage of actual sunlight instead of the fake UVB. Well, it's not fake, like it's still, well, yeah, you know what I mean. And yeah, and that's pretty much their setup. And that was their setup all summer long. And it worked out really nicely. They do have a basking area right there, and then that back there is the filter that I've been using to filter all this water, and it's been doing a really good job. It looks ghetto, but it works. So if it works, who cares what it looks like? And it's over there, and there's like a water pump here, and then that orange hosing is what is pumping the water into the bucket, and then inside of the bucket there's like a bunch of sponges and filter material basically, and then it drains through it, and then in the bottom exits clean filtered water. And it has been doing a great job with all this water. It's, well, you can't really see it, but it's really clear. And I'm actually surprised because it does get lots of hours of sunlight, so I was expecting to have like green water, but it's actually pretty clear. Like, there is some algae growth on this material itself, but my water is pretty clear, so I'm really happy about that. And basically, I just wanted to make this video of what I do with my turtles, since it is starting to get chilly here at night. I'm actually wearing this spaghetti strap shirt and like short shorts, but that's because it was hot all day, and then the temperatures drop at night. Right now, like, it's a little bit chilly. I do feel like cold, like I want to go get a jacket, but I'm not going to be here very long, so I can suck it up. So here's what I do with my turtles. Since they're not at the point to where I need to have them indoors and set up a indoor enclosure for them for the winter, which I will do eventually because I don't hibernate my turtles, never have, and I don't think I'm ever going to try it because you're just never sure what could happen. So yeah, I probably won't ever hibernate these guys. I don't think it's necessary. So yeah, what I do is I take them out of this pond and I bring them indoors into this turtle box. Well, turtle box, I call it the turtle box because it is a box for my turtles that I actually build myself with some plywood and recycled wood, recycled glass, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But basically what I do is that I take my turtles out, with my hands because, what am I going to use, my feet, and bring them indoors into the box, and then they'll spend the night there. I'll usually turn on this light I have in there for them. It produces heat, and then they'll spend the night there, and then in the morning, I bring them back out here, and by the time I wake up, the sun is out and bright, and it has had a chance to heat up the water again. So the temperatures are fine for them to go back in by the morning, and then they spend the whole day outside, and then again at nighttime, I do this. And I guess it's not very practical, but it's not a permanent thing. I've only recently had to start doing this for like a week now because, it's like winter's coming, but it's not here yet, So yeah, I'll probably keep doing this until maybe for like another month, and then I'll set up their winter enclosure inside, and I'll show you guys that. So yeah, let's get my turtles out of here. Probably, I'm gonna use the back camera and turn on the flash. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright, so I'll be right back, and you guys can help me catch my turtles. Okay guys, we're back, and I'm using the back camera, and the flash is on. So let's find the turtles and get them out of here. Oh, actually I see one over there. So they are right there. Can you see them? Over there where there's one. There's both of them right there. So here they are, and they look like, what are they doing? Let's observe their behavior really quick. Oh, let me tell you a little bit about them. So this is Penelope. She is a Westeka and Slider hybrid. She is mixed with something else that I don't know, and there's really no way to know for sure what she's mixed with. Hey, Penny. She's my big girl. She's so big. And this over here is Tito. He is a red ear slider. Oh, look at her colors. I love her colors. She actually, this is kind of really weird, but I don't know if you can see. She has like darker scutes, and these scutes she just shed this season. And it's really weird because the ones she shed recently are a lot lighter and have like, she's just a lot lighter now and has like more colors to her, and then her old shell is a lot darker, not as pretty. So I am loving this girl the more she grows. It's pretty cool though, she's changing colors. And a lot of people ask me this. She's like around 3.5, maybe closer to 4 years old. And I know she is huge. And honestly, I don't know why she grew so fast. I don't overfeed her at all. I feed her every other day only. And I mean, if I were overfeeding her, you would see pyramiding on her. She has 0 pyramiding. She just started growing so fast out of nowhere and hasn't stopped. And she definitely still has some growing to do. She's still really young. So yeah, and then he over here, Tito, she thinks I'm gonna feed him. So Tito over there, he is about 6 years old, and he probably is full grown by now. And he's super tame. He's like my baby. They're both my babies, but I don't know, he's just so nice and tame, and like I couldn't even kiss him. And yeah, he's just so tame. Right now he's paying no attention to me because she's there, and he's trying to do the nasties with her. So yeah, let's take these guys inside. And the water is really cold actually. She is not gonna like it. She hates when I take her out. Oh, you are heavy. Look at her colors. That is just amazing. Alright, let's go inside. Let's go on a field trip. She's so cute. Alright, I'm gonna hurry and take her inside. And I'll be right back to get Tito. Okay, so Penelope is inside now, and Tito is waiting for me to take him inside. Let's go, little one. Here's mine. He is so beautiful too. This is my baby. He was actually my first turtle ever. Alright, so let's go take him inside and reunite him with his love. Okay guys, so this is the turtle box, as I call it, and you know, like I said, it's just a box, and it's made out of plywood, and then it has well, let me put him inside first. There you go. They usually do really good in here. They don't mind the light, and I do need to turn it on in order for them to warm up. And then this is just a towel I keep there for them. Sometimes they do burrow under it. They probably will later tonight. And this is just some aquarium background wallpaper that I thought looks nice in there, and it actually kind of does. I don't know. And it's made out of, what is this, 1/2 inch thick? Yeah, it's about 1/2 inch thick plywood, and it has 2 rectangles cut out where I glued some recycled glass from these windows, these really old windows that we took out. And I just siliconed it down, and I've had no problems with this thing. And over here, same thing, it has a big rectangle cut out for a viewing window, but since my glass isn't long enough, I used to have mesh here, mesh material, and I stapled it with a staple gun, and it was really nice because it added ventilation, because I had the whole thing covered before. I had a lid that went on here, but this added ventilation. The problem that I kept having though was these little guys kept climbing it, and then they would fall on their backs, and it was not pretty. So I took out the mesh, and instead I'm using this plastic, and I just taped it with clear tape, and it's in both sides. And over here there was another rectangle cut out for another glass, but you know, like, this is just a wall, also, you know, why bother having a window, a viewing window, if, you know, it's just against the wall. And that is just a normal light bulb in there, nothing special. It just provides the heat for them, and they don't really mind the brightness. And there's a P there for Penelope. It's just a sticker. And a T for Tito. This box actually started out as a above tank basking area when they were indoors in their aquarium. And now it has converted into their turtle box for the winter. And here they are. You can get a better look at them now with their pretty colors. She is so pretty. Hey, Penelope. Hey, Tito. So yeah, they're gonna spend the night here now. And I do have some hatchlings from these guys that they reproduced this season for me. And I do put them in here as well because, well, you know, the nights are cold. So I'll bring in the little hatchlings right now in a second. Okay, so here we have the hatchlings in their feeding container. Don't worry, this isn't their actual living space. And they're going to be spending the night inside of here. I did melt some holes on the top for air circulation, and inside there is just this napkin, and they like to burrow in it, and they usually sleep here. Even if I place them here, they'll find their way down here, sometimes even down here. And yeah, I like to put them in this container instead of just straight up in the box with the adults, because I did have a problem one night where the female, the big female, actually just kind of walks all over them, and she did lay down over one of them, and that was just not, like, that scared the hell out of me. So I put them in here instead, just to be safe until they get a little bit bigger. Here we have Natasha, and if you guys have seen the birth plus first month of life of 3 baby turtles video, she is one of those 3 hatchlings, and she has drastically changed. I guess this is like a quick little update on her. She has changed colors, she's developing colors, she's just completely changed. Oh, and I will be doing a 3-month update or 4-month on the baby turtles from the birth plus first month of life of 3 baby turtles video. In about a month or so, I'll be doing an update. So yeah, this is one of the 3 little baby turtles from that video, and in she goes. And now let's just get these 2 guys. Oh, they're so cute. Don't you just love baby turtles? They're so cute. And they go. Alright, so now that they're in, I'm just gonna close this really quick before they find their way out. And we gotta hear the click. And let's go put them in the turtle box. Okay, so here we have the babies, and they're gonna be spending the night there in their separate safe container where they can't get stepped on or squished by or anything. by these two monsters. And I like to put them not directly under the light because it might get too warm, kind of like in the midpoint section of the whole box. And sometimes what I'll do, just so they feel safer, is I'll cover up half of the box and they'll sleep mostly on this half. So yeah, and yeah, this is how these guys spend their night. So that is my pre-winter nighttime routine for my turtles. And yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna name this video. It's kind of random, but I thought maybe some of you would find it interesting, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and drop a nice comment, please, and thank you. Bye guys. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm planning on filming a Q&A video really soon. So in the comments right now, leave any question you might have. Doesn't matter if it's inappropriate or whatever.